And we are the hosts of Is Love Enough?
We would like to thank WYTV7 Community Broadcasters Network for hosting Is Love Enough? WYTV7 is a nonprofit organization that educates, empowers, and encourages others. Your contribution will also ensure the network keeps thriving.
And we are so happy to be back with another segment of Let's Ask Mama. Apostle Peacock, would you like to introduce yourself?
Greetings, everyone. My name is Apostle Francis Lightner Peacock of the Glorious Church of Jesus Christ. I am a marriage and teaching educator, and I enjoy doing marriage classes. I enjoy teaching the young women in the ministry. It's just a joy. And our church is located in Hardeeville, South Carolina, the Glorious Church of Jesus Christ, where our bishop is Bishop Gregory Lightner, and our pastor is Pastor Karen Lightner. Thank you for joining us.
And well, this segment topic is to cheat
or not to cheat. That is the question.
That's the question.
Define infidelity, or as people call it, cheating.
Yes, thinking about infidelity, thinking about cheating. When you think of one word, you have to automatically think of the other because they basically mean the same thing. And it just means that you are being unfaithful to your spouse. And I would say that is cheating with another person. A person can have a desire to change. There's an old cliche that says, once a cheater, always a cheater. But I feel like that a person can change, because that's why God set forgiveness in place. A person can change if they so desire to change, but they're going to have to put the work in.
So let me ask you this, because define infidelity or cheating. So is a kiss cheating?
That's a good one.
If you're not, yes, because if you're not kissing your spouse, that's a problem. If you're kissing a person with an open mouth, with your tongue, and all the accessories, yes, that's cheating.
What about a loving, warm embrace?
No, not a loving, warm embrace, but an embrace. Remember, men are visual creatures, and we women love affection. Now, if I'm the receiver of this great hug, it may just change something on the inside of me, especially if we press our bodies together. So, no.
That's I just want to go, to the because some people say
that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Right. Well, some people say, well, I just hugged her, or it was just a kiss, or it didn't mean anything, right? Yeah. But it is cheating. It definitely can lead down the road to greater things.
Yes, it can. Yes.
Let's see what's in the cup. Let's ask the cup what it has to say. But let's ask Mama. Look like some.
Let me see. Oh yeah. How about it? This one. Okay, Mama. People call it harmless flirting. Mama, give us an example or case study of flirtatious cheating.
Okay, I didn't really, off the top of my head, think of flirtatious cheating as a case study, but I can tell you that flirtatious cheating can either be cheating by talking or texting. I hope people realize that you can cheat by texting. You can also cheat by talking. But this one is talking about harmless flirtation. You think there is any harmless flirtation? Do you really believe that it's harmless? Because I think sometimes that it has a slight overtone of sexuality there, flirtatious, because flirting is to make a person feel good about themselves. If I'm flirting, okay, I see this man in church and he looks nice and he's everything that I would think that I would want if I wanted another husband. And I'm looking at him, I said, well, this is just fun. I'm just gonna go over and ask him his name and just smile a little bit, and be. you think you're doing it all in fun, but you don't know what seeds you are putting out there, what feelings you are putting out there. And I think that being flirtatious can be dangerous because number one, when we flirt, I say with woman or man, when you flirt, it's to make you feel good about yourself. It's to make you feel like I'm still desirable, I'm still sexy, I still look good, somebody out there desires me. So I'm just gonna flirt a little bit. I think we need to be careful when it comes to flirting because flirting can lead to other things. It may start out as being innocent and harmless, but how many know that the enemy can get in there and work that thing and throw it up in the air, and before you know it, it's gonna change to something else?
Because flirting can be a gateway to other things.
An open door.
Open, right? You open the door to invite other things coming in, and then sometimes it both ways. It could be a harmless flirt on one end, what people call harmless flirt on one end, and then the other person take it more serious and try to elevate it to a place that no one wants it to go to. So I also tell people there is no harmless flirting. If you're not flirting with your wife or your husband or your boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, do not be flirting.
So the best thing to do is not flirt.
It's not flirt.
Yes.
Not flirt. Because as you said, Bishop, you may be the person that's doing the flirting, and the person that you are flirting with could already have a secret desire. And what you do is arouse something in that person and say, oh, he really do like me. And see, then that door is open, and then they want to pursue what they're feeling. And you trying to run the other way, but they running behind you, trying to pursue you.
Right. Because you're sending the wrong signals.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, let's in this cup.
Okay. Swinging seems to be a huge thing now. Can you talk about swingers? If both parties agree, how is that cheating?
Oh, that's definitely Ask Mama.
Oh, Jesus, help Mama. All right. Swingers, as I think people call it today, are open marriage, where you come together and have an agreement. Well, you know, I can have another man in the bed, or you can have another woman in the bed, and we're just gonna have a good old time. To me, just because the world say it feels good, don't mean that it's for you. Number one, being a swinger or having an open marriage is still cheating, because you made a vow to that person. I know today they have changed up the vows. Everything is being modernized from what God intended, but the word of God still holds true. So if the word of God still holds true, where in Genesis he said, "Thou shalt not commit adultery," and then I think I can't remember if it's Hebrews or where he's talking about the marriage bed being undefiled. So we have to be careful that we don't defile the marriage bed. We have to be careful that we don't defile one another, because you can defile one another with your own bodies in the things that we do, and we don't want to do that, because when we offer ourselves up before God, we want him to see that which is pure and that which is clean. Out to an open marriage, to swinging, I would say no. And I know movies are not true, so much so, but I've seen movies where it start out, this couple, they want, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna have fun, get these other couples over, and one party or the other gonna desire that person that they will, because the way they are sexually oriented, it satisfies them. And then the other party gonna get jealous. I've seen this in a movie. So, but bring it to true life. We, each one of us know ourselves. I know myself as a woman. I did not want to share. I don't believe in sharing. If you mind, you mind. I ain't sharing you with nobody. Hello. So I don't believe God intended for that to be so when you look down through the scriptures, because even in doing that, we actually are defiling our bodies.
And you don't have to go all the way to the movies. I mean, we counsel a lot of young people a lot, and talk to young people, and it's inevitably that one of the two in that couple ends up being hurt over
That's right.
this wanting someone else more than they want you. And we ultimately think, okay, but you open that door. You open the door. Now you have to figure out how you're going to shut the door and heal your relationship. I think it's a great, I would say, myth out today surrounding sex, that sex can just be sex and no emotional ties at all.
No.
They sound great, but when you start really counseling and talking to people, you find out that those myths that they are quote unquote telling people is not really how they feel, that it does have emotional ties and they do have emotional scars from doing what they've done.
Yes.
Yes. Bishop, I want to say this. I go back to Genesis, to how God made us male and female. And if you think about our bodies, he made us where we fit perfectly to one another. And he did that for a reason, because a woman will tell you when she comes together with her spouse, there's such a strong connection there because of the way God have them to come together. That connection is there because he enters into, and once he enters into, then she's the receiver, he's the giver, and it changes everything. I don't care what you say. You cannot say that there is no feeling there, that it's just sex. Because if it was just sex, you would never have an orgasm. If it's just sex, it's not just sex. I don't care what they say. It's not just sex.
It's not just sex. That's what Mama said.
No.
It's not sex. Go ahead, Mama.
Okay, Mama, let's
we gotta dip in the cup on that one. We're gonna dip in this cup, okay?
But y'all ask.
Okay. Maybe this one less intense. Let's see.
Okay.
Okay, what reasons have couples given for infidelity? And although they are wrong, do they have understanding value?
Now, there are some that I can truly say it's not right, but I understand it, and I do have compassion for them, and I pray for them to get it back right. Couples have, one of their partners in the marriage may say, well, I cheated because I was in an abusive relationship. It was emotional and physical abusive. That relationship, I would have to say, I would have to have a little sympathy there. I would have to add a little grace there, because even though it's not right, I can understand why they did it. Some people say, well, I'm alone all the time. My spouse is never home, or my spouse is always with the kids, and she never spends time with me. Another may say, well, my sexual desire for my mate is gone. I don't desire her sexually anymore. Somebody else may say, well, we have grown apart. And since we've grown apart, we have nothing in common. Well, we don't even talk anymore. We don't even have any conversations anymore. Well, when it comes to the bedroom, we have no connection. Nothing happens. We don't do anything. So there's a lot of reasons why people have that, verifying that they try to justify having sex. And one that, not picking on either sex, but one that I think I've heard men use a lot is, I feel neglected. Did not you want that woman to get pregnant and have them babies? Did not you know it was going to be work? You work 9 to 5, 8 to 6, whatever it is, but her job never ends. So what I tell people is, plan you a date night. Try to get ahead of this game. But if you're already in this, then you got to figure out how to get out of it. So it's just some things that I have heard people say. And one that I heard, and I know this is factual. I watched this open itself up as an ugly thing. Not picking on the men, but this is something that I saw. The lady developed cancer. She got sick to where she could no longer perform her wifely duties. So the man felt like it was okay for him to go out and cheat because he had needs. Well, you may have needs, but if you're a child of God, then you should be able to, God will help you to control your needs.
Right.
He will
He
help
would.
you control it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if
Right.
you really love me
We
and
got,
that person gets sick, you're going to be there for them 100%.
and that's part of the marriage vows, you know.
Yes,
Sicker.
it is. Yes.
Right. Health or sickness, rich or poor,
Yeah.
better or worse. We have to take a quick
Yeah.
commercial break. Time going by so fast.
Yes.
We'll be right back after this break with Is Love Enough with Let's Ask Mama.
Christmas is believed to be a magical time when angels roam the earth, bringing messages of hope and good cheer. Do you need a Christmas angel? I Need a Christmas Angel, a Christmas novella from Tolson Publishing. Kelly Benson has spent the last 5 years hiding in Chicago after her crush Gabe brought a pregnant wife home. Gabe is raising his 4-year-old daughter alone after his wife of 5 years moved to Tampa with her boyfriend. Depressed and hopeless after being fired a week before Christmas, Kelly wishes for a Christmas angel to come work its magic. Can the magic of Christmas drive the loneliness away? Will a Christmas angel bring a love Kelly's way? I Need a Christmas Angel by Raquel Tolson. Order your copy today. Available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and TolsonBooks.com.
Welcome back to Is Love Enough, where we are having another segment of Let's Ask Mama.
Yes.
The topic is to cheat
Or not to cheat. That is the question.
That is the question.
Yes.
So right before the commercial break, we were talking about people justifying their cheating, and it is a lot of people that will justify it. You know, she was working, he was working, he was sick, she was sick, and try to use that as a justification. And as Mama said so greatly, there really is no justification.
No.
No, not at
All right, let's dig back into our cup and see what it says next.
Okay. The debatable question for many couples: should married individuals hang out with single friends?
Let's definitely ask Mom.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Let me help you.
Help us.
I would say that's a loaded question, but my personal answer would be no. And I'm going to give you a reason why. It's a no and yes answer. That's why I said it's a loaded answer. First of all, let me say no. And the reason why I say no is because you have to know your friends. If you have friends that like to party, hang out at bars, like to, just be flirtatious and having fun and having a good time and not respecting the fact that you are married, no, you don't need to hang out with them friends. And you know why? Because they're going to encourage you to do something that you ought not to do. Well, girl, it ain't no harm. You can come on and talk to him. Well, bro, we can come on, we can hang out together. We know how far to go. No. The answer is simply no. I know that the scripture says that in every temptation, he gives us a way of escape. But don't be jammed with your back up against the wall with nowhere to turn, but just stand there. That's the problem. I would say no. The way I would say yes is if you have that friend or friends that respect your marriage, and when they go out, they go somewhere where you can have good, clean fun, like to a restaurant, to a game, to a movie, or just hanging out, just laughing and talking and having fun at one another's house or any of that. Good, clean fun, I would say yes. But most of us have those friends that like to do something down and dirty. And I don't always mean sex, but just hanging out, just flirting, just being in a place that we ought not to be as being married. Because some people, male and female, don't respect your wedding ring. So if they see you out at a bar, they don't care if you got on a wedding ring or not, they're going to approach you. So you have to be careful with the friends that you pick to be in your marriage after you get married. There are some friends that you're going to have to gradually pull yourself away from to keep your marriage in a safe place where it needs to be. And
Yeah,
somebody say, I don't understand why I got to give up my single friends. The key word there is single.
That's
You
right.
can no longer do what single people do. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, because sometimes that single friend would try to go after that person's husband.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes,
yes, I've seen it. I've seen it.
and sometimes they are jealous of what you have because they don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll find a way to ease in to try to take your
to ruin what you have.
Yes.
Right. So what would you say someone is, well, this is my, this she's been my best friend, or he's been my best friend for all this time, and they're not married, but they like to party, and now they're getting married. Should I give up my high school best friend now that I'm getting married because they like to party? Is there no way I can incorporate this high school best friend into this my new life?
That's a conversation you and the person have to sit down and have.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta tell, I value our friendship. We've been friends since high school or grade school, and I don't want to lose our friendship. But now that I'm married, I need to make sure that my marriage stay in the place where it needs to be. I need to spend time with my husband. I need to spend time with my family. I need to put all my love and energy into my marriage, and letting my husband know or letting my wife know that they are the one for me and there is no other. And if that person don't understand and gets upset and blows off steam, then you have to be careful.
Yeah, but I think
that person is not fully in your corner.
Yeah, but I think if they've been friends that long enough, if they're true friends, and if they sit down and lay all cards on the table, and if she says, okay, this needs to stop because I'm getting married, or this here, if that friend really respects her, it can work.
They would stop.
If they respect each other, it has to be a mutual respect there.
Yeah.
They will respect your boundaries of your marriage.
Yeah.
If it's a true friend.
Yeah, that's why I say a true friend.
Right. True friend respect the boundaries of your marriage. And also a true friend would be happy for you and want to see the best for you. The problem with it is a lot of times we have friends that are not true friends.
No, they're not.
And then you find out later on that this person that I thought was my true friend for 15 years is actually not my true friend.
Yeah.
And this is why I say you sit down and have an open conversation, because all of us are pretty much intelligent when it comes to our friends. And I like to read people's faces when I'm talking to them. I'm one of those. You can't hide your facial expressions. I don't care how hard you try. Something in your voice, something in your conversation, something is going to come out the true you. So if you sit down and have a conversation with this person, you can kind of weigh out whether they are a true friend or not. But if you're still in doubt, a few times being with them will let you know. Because now you all about your marriage. I mean, you are newlywed. You all about your marriage. You ain't got time for foolishness.
That's right.
All right, let's see what else is in this cup.
Okay. Being a ministry marriage educator, we've heard you address cheating by saying that it actually starts in the mind way before it becomes physical. Explain this for our viewers.
It starts in the mind, and I would call it an emotional affair because it starts in the mind. It's a thought. It's a thought in the mind, and we can cultivate that thought and allow it to grow, or we can try to push it aside and not pay attention to it. The problem is that the enemy plants that thought in people's mind that he knows is insecure. They are not happy, even in their marriage or with themselves. They look at themselves as if, they are the most imperfect person there is. So they got a lot of insecurities there. So that emotional affair, and people think it's no harm in it, it really is serious because it starts in the mind and it goes from the mind and it begins to grow. And then when it begins to take root, you could be fantasizing about that person. You could be daydreaming about that person. You could be longing. This is the one serious one, longing to be in conversation with that person. Well, how is that cheating? Because I want to be in this person's presence rather than my spouse's presence. This person understands me. I can talk to this person about anything, and they give me good advice. all of that, but it's still cheating. And are you guys aware that you can cheat in texting? There's so much, and there I did some study a while back, and it said that a lot of people don't believe that texting can be cheating, but what makes texting cheating is what you put in the text. What you put in the text can be considered cheating. If you're putting something in the text that you would not want your spouse to see, it's cheating.
That's right. And emotional.
You notice, go ahead, Bishop.
An emotional attachment to another person outside of your marriage.
Yes.
You have that love like you should be having for your spouse. For someone other than your spouse is emotional, and in some cases even more damaging to the marriage than the sexual affair, having this emotional connection to somebody else. Listen, this segment to Let's Ask Mama is coming to a close, and we would like to ask you to look in the camera and give our viewing audience a little bit of encouragement.
Amen. I would say to anyone that's experiencing this at this time, I would tell you, first of all, seek God for direction. Pray and seek God for direction, because he won't lead you wrong. If you're willing to work at getting it back on track, make sure that your spouse is willing to work, because it's going to take both of you to work 100% to get things back on track. One person can't do it by themselves. One person can go to a marriage counselor. One person can go to church. One person can go down and fasting and praying and sackcloth and all of that. But if the other person is not willing to work to make it work, get over that, because there's a season where you have to get over that. When you get over that, am I willing to work to make this marriage work? Am I willing to forgive? Am I willing to embrace it back? And a marriage that's worth fighting for is worth keeping.
Yes.
It's worth keeping. So I would say to you out there, don't give up until God says it's time to give up. Don't give up that spouse tell you, nope, I ain't doing it no more. I'm just gonna walk away. I want a divorce.
Okay, Mama.
We would like everybody joining us on this segment of Is Love Enough. We would like to ask you to consider donating to WYTV7, WYTV7 Community Broadcasting Network, where your dollars go to educating our community.
We would like to thank WYTV7 again, Community Broadcasting Network, for hosting Is Love Enough. If you'd like to be a guest or there's a show topic you would like for us to discuss, feel free to email us at gtlm.isloveenough@gmail.com, or just give us a call at 912-509-0178. You can also donate at WYTV7.org. Click Donate Now and Give.
Click Donate Now and Give. Thank you for joining us on Is Love